All right, we're going to do a little blurb on factoring quadratics that don't start with a 1. Now, I also do this in the next video whenever we talk about the next section, because we do something with ax squared plus bx plus c, where the a is not a 1. All right, we just got off of where it's x squared plus or minus some number of x plus or minus some number. But what happens if the number's in front? Well, you must always take out the greatest common factor first. Shrink the problem as best you can. You're going to write the factor out in front. It is still part of the problem because everything should multiply back together to become the original. So what goes into 2 and 26 and 60? Well, they're all even numbers, so 2 goes into all of them. If I factor a 2 out, that leaves me with x squared minus 13x plus 30. Now I'm asking the question, factors of this that do that to make this guy. So factors of 30 that add to negative 13. Well, I got 1 times 30, that adds to 31. I got 2 times 15, which adds to 17. I got 3 times 10, which adds to 13. There it is. So 3 and 10. And then they both need to be negative. And don't forget, I have a 2 out in front. If I only left it x minus 3 and x minus 10, I would only get back to x squared minus 13x plus 30. I need that 2 out there. It is still part of the problem. Okay, so this one, 3x squared plus 15x plus 12. You've got to take out the greatest common factor. Pull the 3. That leaves me with x squared plus 5x plus 4. This makes this, oh, so much easier. All I have to do, carry the 3 down, make my 2 parentheses. Each one gets the x. Doing this to make that. Factors of 4 that add to 5. 1 times 4 adds to 5. 1 and 4. They both need to be plus so that it's positive in the middle. These are my answers. So go ahead and give it a pause. Try these problems, and let's see what you get. All right, what goes into 4, 36, and 56? 4 does. Leaves me y squared minus 9y plus 4 goes into 5 once, 14. Factors of 14 that add to 9 would be 2 and 7. So I carry my 4, 2, and a 7. They both need to be minus. There's my answer. Now this one doesn't look like it has a common factor, but it does. When we factor a quadratic, we need it to be positive x squared. So what we're going to do is, that's actually a negative 1. And technically so is the 1 in front of the 7. So we're going to factor a negative 1 out of all of these guys. And when we do that, negative 1 comes out front. That leaves me x squared. It just changes the sign. So it becomes negative 8x, and it becomes positive 7. Keep that negative 1 out there. Now we have to do factors of 7 that add to 8. Well, it's only 1 and 7. And they both need to be negative now in the center. This one's not only negative, but a number, and I can pull out a negative 3. That leaves me x squared. When you pull out a negative, the sign changes. Minus 4x, the sign changes. Minus, not 9, but 21. Negative 3 carries down. Oh, I don't know why. It says x and then it switches to y. Let's change them to x's. There we go. Typo. All right, so factors of 21 that subtract to 4. Well, 1 minus 21 is 20. 2 doesn't go into it. 3 times 7. 3 minus 7 minus 3. Oh, yeah, there we go. I need 3 and 7. Now, the 7's got to be negative because I want it to end up negative, so the 3 is positive. And there's my solution. This one, they're all even. 2 goes into it. Hopefully 4 goes into it. Let's see. 4 goes into 50. Goes into 5 once. So that's 13 times. Yes, it works. So r squared plus 13r plus 12. 4. Factors of 12 that add to 13. 1 times 12. Well, that adds to 13. There we go. And they both need to be positive. Makes positive in the middle. And that's all it takes. So always check first. If you can pull out a greatest common factor, then it's just factor like normal.